Welcome to Our India News Hour. Emergence of new ransomware families targeting influencers. 86% of the data breaches analyzed were financially motivated. We have witnessed unique shifts in the world of cybercriminals too. It is quite evident that threat actors have had a productive year learning new tactics and techniques, sharpening their tools, formulating new ways to victimize the already battered enterprises, organizations and individuals globally. In the ransomware field, 2020 was the year of ransomware 2.0. It was the most productive year for ransomware families who moved from hostaging data to exfiltrating data coupled with blackmailing. We have discussed extensively about the founder of this tactic, Maze Ransomware, and have since detected followers of this type of threat such as Ragnar Locker. There is re-emergence as the pandemic rages on last year, that is Rayville and JS Worm and NetFilmy. Hackers use special types of malware such as ransomware and spyware to steal data and lock compromised devices. Sometimes hackers breach companies or government agencies' databases to gain access to their data. They then demand extortion money for not revealing their trade secrets or other sensitive information in the public domain. Some hackers are programmers who write the code for various types of malware, including worms, trojans, viruses, scareware, and rootkits, etc. They can either use these malware programs or sell them to other cybercriminals. Some companies hire hackers to attack in multiple ways, including using brute force attacks, SQL injections, cross-site scripting, and deploying DDoS attacks. This type of attack essentially overwhelms the organization's web servers, making them unavailable for the customers. They may also choose to leak confidential customer data to ruin the rival's reputation. Let's look into today's headlines in Our India. Facebook has restricted 878 items in India from July to December 2020 on the request of the government. In a recent transparency report from Facebook says it has received requests for data from the government on 62,754 users' accounts, and there were about 2,435 emergency disclosure requests. Data was produced in about 52% of the requests, Facebook said. It further says the prevalence of hate speech on Facebook continues to decrease. Guy Rosen, VP Integrity at Facebook, wrote that due to improvements in its proactive detection technology, Facebook took action on 8.8 million pieces of bullying and harassment content, up from 6.3 million in Q4 2020 and 5.5 million pieces of bullying and harassment content, up from 5 million in Q4 2020. Large IT hardware OEMs do not find PLI scheme attractive. Nearly half of the rupees 7,325 crore budget allotted for the production-linked incentive, that is PLI scheme, for IT hardware is likely to go unused, with the applicant companies such as Dell, Wistron, Flextronics, Foxconn cumulatively committing to produce far lower than expected by the government. There are 19 applicants of the scheme have pledged to produce goods only up to minimum eligibility threshold or goods worth rupees 1.60 lakh crores, including rupees 60,000 crores of exports over the 4-year period of the scheme. This is sharply lower than the government's estimation. Mindtree to acquire digital business of L&T for rupees 198 crores. In a bid to enhance Mindtree's cloud-based Internet of Things and artificial intelligence capabilities for Industry 4.0, Mindtree has signed an agreement to acquire the NXT digital business for rupees 198 crores, said in a regulatory filing to the stock exchanges. There is a huge opportunity ahead as global manufacturers and industrial companies are increasingly adopting Industry 4.0 focused smart solutions, systems and processes, but are struggling to leverage data and analytics to drive efficiency and competitive advantage, said S.N. Subramaniam, Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director, Larsen & Toubro. Flipkart violated the FDI policy and taxation rules, says CAIT. CAIT said in a letter to Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal that Flipkart has blatantly violated FDI policy and taxation rules and urged the government to investigate it. It alleged that the Walmart-owned firm creatively restructured its business model to exercise control over inventory and retail prices. CAIT added that such a practice is prohibited by the FDI policy on e-commerce. The Flipkart spokesperson said, as a marketplace, Flipkart's endeavor has always been to use technology and innovation to facilitate the buying and selling between lakhs of local sellers or MSMEs and over 300 million customers in a transparent and efficient manner. Most of the mobile wallets to be interoperable from April 2022. The Reserve Bank of India has issued a circular asking all licensed prepaid payment instruments, that is PPIs, or mobile wallets such as PhonePe, Paytm, Google Pay and MobiKwik to be interoperable from FY23. Hence, with the beginning of April 2022, a mobile wallet user who is fully vetted and has fulfilled all KYC norms will be able to send and receive money from various mobile wallets. The central bank added that for card-based PPIs, this can be accomplished through card network interoperability and for e-wallet via the UPI. That's all for now. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. You can download the War India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.